Hello, everyone. I wanted to do like a really short kind of, I guess, like a baby stream about putting together some stuff. Put together maybe a War Rock deck. Kind of what we're looking at. I think it would be a fun idea. I've been playing around with the notion myself, so uh, it's certainly something that I want to do, and I just wanted to throw it out there that if anyone else was, this is something that you were interested in, or been giving it a little bit of thought, maybe, perhaps, you would donate some of your precious neurons to me, so you could help a brother out, because we all know deck construction's a little bit more complicated than perhaps I would like to give it credit for. Excuse me. I'm adjusting things on my desk. I work in a very tiny space, and I am a large man. Right, baby? I did get some sleeves. They're matte. I kind of hate them. But they'll do for now. They'll do for now. Hope everybody's having a great time. I'm opening up all my chats. Give me a shout out if you're hanging out with me right now. My channel? Yes, my channel. Did get some sleeves. Son of a gun. There we go. Okay. They're matte. I kind of hate them. But they'll do for now. They'll do for now. Go. Hope everybody's having a great time. I'm opening up all my chats. All right. So right now, I'm just kind of putting out my resources for what I have. My channel? Yes, my channel. So I have not received any information that says that the War Rock tribe is anywhere even remotely meta viable. I don't have any right now I'm just kind I don't have any particular for what I have fantasies that that this is going to be a meta viable deck. However, they look fun. They look fun to play. This looks like like an archetype that I should be able to understand. I think I have a set of literally everything except for Wento. I think I have a set of literally everything except for Wento. This is going to be a meta viable deck. However, they look fun. They look fun to play. And so I would invite anybody that happens to see the stream or the VOD or even the edited video, because I'm trying to do all three. Perhaps you would, if you know of any deck builds that would kind of correspond with what we got going on here, please feel free to interject. Let us know. Is there an engine that would be particularly spliceable with War Rock? I don't know enough yet about them. War Rock Ordeal, huh? Perhaps you would, if you know of any deck builds. So this is all like learning. This is all like firsthand data analysis. Like right now, we're doing it live. Hello, my name is Bill O'Reilly. Different Irish person. Bad Irish person. Okay. Here we go. So it is a little bit, bigger than you can probably see here. So this is all like learning. This is all like firsthand data analysis. Like right now, we're doing it live. Hello, my name is Bill O'Reilly. I imagine different Irish person. Meteor Ragan is the boss monster. Okay. Here we go. He did an awful lot of cheating. He did do an awful lot of cheating, sir. That's what's funny about all this. Is that he ignored all of the characters that were involved in the creation of the game, from Yugi to Pegasus to Kaiba, none of them knew the rules of the game in the first season. Absolutely. Still having an issue with my what's funny about all this? With the I just don't know what is wrong with all of the characters that were involved in the creation of the game. Like the chat box. I don't know why chat box refuses to stay on, or I just do not know what his deal is. Absolutely. And I can't fix it. I really would love to have you guys interact with me here, but so just kind of be patient if you leave me any kind of correspondence, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. Oh. With the I just don't know what is. It added a risk of an element of danger. It wasn't in the rest of the game because of the random nature of being able to discard the rules of the game at whim. So I imagine Meteor Ragon is our boss monster. He's pretty amazing. Let me give you the scoop on Meteor Ragon in case you don't know. So he is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's a 7-star Earth Warrior. That's not hard to summon out. So he's just 2 tributes away. He does not have any, cannot be special summoned under conditions. So you could just toss him in the graveyard and he's automatically a special summon away. His effect is interesting. Certainly, it favors the Smash and Bash archetype that I'm very, very familiar with. So I'll read the effect, and you guys can kind of just tell me what you think. Cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects. When an attack is declared involving this card and your opponent's monster, you can negate that opponent's monster's effect this turn, as well as the activated effects and effects on the field of monsters with its same original name, once per turn during the battle phase in which your Earth monsters battle. Quick effect. You can make all Warrock monsters you currently control gain 200 attack until the end of the turn of your opponent's turn. Also, this card can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase this turn. So he's got a couple of different things all going on at the same time. He's kind of like Mataza the Zapper and like level 1 Rongoy Miniad, or yeah, kind of Rongoy Miniad. He can't be destroyed by card effects. And like Ferocious Flame Swordsman, or someone else that gives like a buff to everyone. So kind of cool. He's just like a Earth monster. Like he's gonna help out Earth Warriors. Period. So that already hits a very wide swath of cards historically in Yu-Gi-Oh, especially Warriors. So everybody can, I'm not saying to bust out your captains, to bust out Freed, but he slightly more relevant, sure. So I definitely feel like it's going in the deck, but I don't know. I'm trying to still get a guesstimate of what our archetypes are here. So let's just go through and kind of read the cards. What's our next one? Let's see. Warrock Spirit. I'm not saying to bust out your captains. Warrock Spirit. During the battle phase, target 1 Warrock monster in your graveyard, then activate one of the effects. Special summon that target in attack position, but for the rest of its turn, its effect is negated. Also, it cannot attack directly. Or we could special summon that target in defense position. Also, at the first time each Warrock monster you control would be destroyed by battle this turn, it is not destroyed. You can only activate 1 Warrock Spirit per turn. Okay, so that's all, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. So it's Warrior returning alive, and then allows you to pick your positioning between face up and defense. And if you know you're going to have a bad turn where everybody's going to get popped at least once, it's great because it's a quick play. So in the instance where you get Raigeki'd, right, everybody's coming right back. Is that correct? Also, the first time each Warrock monster you control will be destroyed by battle this turn. So, not Raigeki, but you know, if they're trying to sweep the board, right? This is your doorstop from getting swept. So good stuff. That's good. Because it's a quick play, so probably deserves a place in the deck. The instance where you get Raigeki'd, right? Everybody's coming right back. Is that correct? Also the first. So we don't have any hard consensus on what is going to be inside of the deck, but you know, when it sounds good, it's going in, and then we'll make adjustments. Feel free to reach out on our Discord, where you can interact with us. I really hate that certain menus go to certain screens, and then I can't see them when they're on a different screen. But what else am I supposed to do? Please go away. We don't have any hard consensus on what is going to be inside of the deck, but you know, when it sounds good, it's going in, and then we'll make adjustments. Oh, okay. It just left. Okay. Discord, where you can interact with us. I really hate that certain menus go to show all notes, and then I can't see them when they're on a different screen. But, where are the other notes, sir? Where are they at? Oh, okay. It just left. Okay. I know. You're gonna hate this. I really got to get a bot to do this from now on. Control V. Please come to this place. Join me. Join me in my quest to take over variety streaming. But no, where you can hang out and communicate with us, and you know, be pals. Be pals. Help me out. Help me not suck at Yu-Gi-Oh. Okay. The bare minimum you could do if you want to be a good friend is come hang out and help me not suck at Yu-Gi-Oh. Okay? Absolute bare minimum. Join me in my quest to take over variety streaming. But no, some spirits in there. Hang out and communicate with us, and you know, be pals. Be pals. Help me out. Help me not suck at Yu-Gi-Oh. Okay? The bare minimum you could do if you want to be a good friend is come hang out and help me not suck at Yu-Gi-Oh. Okay? We got the spirits so far. Let's get our Meteor Ragons. We know that they're probably going to pog up the deck to a degree, that leaving it out is kind of non-negotiable. So, as the Poggest monster, these go into the deck. Okay. We got the spirits so far. Let's get our Meteor Ragons. We know that they're probably going to pog up the deck to a degree, that leaving it out is kind of non-negotiable. So, as the Poggest monster, these go into the deck. Okay. We got the spirits so far. Let's get our Meteor Ragons. Okay. Poggest monster sleeved. All right. He's up here. Now what's next? What's the next piece of what's the next most crucial component of the decks? What is most stapley? Probably the Warrock Mountain, I assume. Let's go ahead and we'll read that card here in a second, huh? Okay. Poggest monster. What do you say, sir? All right. When this card is activated, you can add one Warrock monster from your deck to your hand at the start of the battle phase. If you control no monsters or all monsters you control are warrior monsters, you can special summon one War Rock monster from your hand with a different name than the cards with an S you control. If your warrior card slides off your hand, you don't get to play anything. If your warrior monster would be destroyed by battle, you can send this card to the graveyard instead. You can only activate one War Rock Mountain per turn. So War Rock Mountain has some very interesting usability, it seems like, just for general warrior decks, like a toolbox warrior kind of deal. So refreshing. I like it. Maybe even makes toolbox warrior slightly more mixable. Not saying there's any kind of drawing engine here, but certainly it more relevant than Sogan. You know what I mean? Warrior decks, like a toolbox warrior kind of deal. So now, does that mean we're going to need to run Metaverse, or maybe even makes toolbox? Metaverse could be pretty pog, since it prevents destruction once per turn, there's any kind of drawing, and then you get special summons off of it. But I don't know. I'm not certain that's the way. That's why I'm trying to confer with the internet. You know what I mean? So if any of the Yugi Tuber nerds now, does that mean we're gonna want to help a brother out? Let me know if I'm out of line. And like War Rock Mountain isn't where it's at, but it seems like it's for like what we're doing. This is where it's at. But I don't know. I'm not. I hate these sleeves, and I'm actually sweating to a degree that is absolutely so insane. I'm actually like very uncomfortable. The Yugi Tuber nerds. Now, does that mean we're gonna want to help a brother out? Let me know if I'm out of line. Could be the sleeves. Could be the sleeves are trash. Didn't pay very much for them, so my fault. I hate these sleeves, and I'm actually sweating to a degree that is absolutely so insane. Go. I'm actually like very uncomfortable. Could be the sleeves. Could be the sleeves are trash. Didn't pay very much for them, so my fault. Okay, let's look at what's next up here. War Rock Dignity. Take a look. You must control a War Rock monster to activate either of these effects. The first one, when a monster your opponent controls activates its effect, negate that effect. F. Rip that monster. Or during the battle phase, when your opponent activates a spell or trap card or monster effect, negate that effect. You can only activate one War Rock Dignity per turn. Okay. So that's crazy. It's a quick play spell. So that means it's got pretty high priority as far as timing and all that nonsense goes, as far as the game mechanics are concerned. So, high up there, very high up there. When your opponent activates a spell or trap card or monster effect, seems worth running. Certainly. You can only activate one War Rock Dignity per turn. Okay. So that's crazy. It's a quick play spell. So that means it's got pretty high priority as far as timing and all that nonsense goes, as far as the game mechanics are concerned. So, high up there, very high up there. Seems worth running. Certainly. These guys got dignity. I'm not sure what dignity's got to do with your hand being on fire, though. But what do I know? I want to thank you guys for taking the time to hang around in the afternoon, be here, watch me drop cards on the table like that. And more importantly, help me on my mission to grow and create a more inclusive community that's perhaps not toxic and not a terrible place to be on the internet. Something like that. Yeah. And again, if that's something that you can get down with and you want to be part of my mission, feel free to click the link. I'm dropping it in the Discord. It is also the link to the Discord. And I would just be thrilled for you to join us every Saturday morning, 10 a.m., except for today when we didn't do it at 10 a.m. But we did start a little bit earlier so we could get ahead of the day. Back to what we're doing. Codifying the next dignity into the deck. These are dignified cave people. It is also the link to the Discord. And I would just be thrilled for you to join us every Saturday morning, 10 a.m., except for today when we didn't do it at 10 a.m. But we did start a little bit earlier so we could get ahead of the day. Warrock Ordeal? What are you about? Codifying the next dignity into the deck. So get this. These are dignified cave people. Warrock Ordeal. You can only control one Warrock Ordeal. When this card is activated, place 3 counters on it. When your Warrock monsters destroy an opponent's monster by battle, and it sends it to their graveyard, you can remove 1 counter from this card, and if you do, draw 1 card. If the last counter has been removed by this effect, send this card to the graveyard. I don't ever have very much luck with cards that generate counters and use counters. I will sleeve this just in terms of, we're creating a cohesive deck, right? And we're just kind of framing the archetype, and we're going to be adding and removing things as we go along here. Okay? That said, I really don't care for cards that give you counters. I don't ever have very much luck with cards that generate counters. Because it's just too long. You're putting a counter on something, and then it's already dead, or they pop it, and you don't ever get to use the counters. In terms of, it's got to be a little bit more, right? And we're just kind of framing the archetype, and moving things as we go along. This generation, our generation, is completely fascinated by instant gratification, and it definitely shows in the way that they're catering to that in Yu-Gi-Oh here. Because I just don't know if I have the patience to wait around for a counter to tick off. So, Warrock Ordeal, you tell me. Make sure to put your thoughts in the comment section. Is Warrock Ordeal worth running? I don't know. I honestly don't know. That's why I'm asking you guys. Okay. I also included reinforcements of the army's troops because it seemed like a fairly simple addition to the deck. That no, it's not Warrock in spirit, but it's basically like a permanent Rhoda, and there's no reason for it to not be in the deck, right? When it's all warriors. So, again, feel free to leave a thought or a comment on it, but that's the logic that I'm applying from the noggin here. Next, so let's look at some of the lower level mobs, because we know what the bigger guy does. Okay, he's invulnerable to card effects. He can't be destroyed. He can and he can attack twice, right? But what do our littler guys look like? What do they do? So let's look at Gakdos. Applying from the noggin here. Is he supposed to be a cat? I'm not sure. Next, so let's look at some of the. He's very shiny. Okay, first of all, Gakdos, 4-star warrior, Earth. If a Earth warrior monster is normal summoned to your field, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is sent from your normal zone to the graveyard, normal zone, no, from your monster zone to the graveyard, by an opponent's card effect, you can special summon one level 5 or higher Warrock monster from your hand or graveyard, or from your hand or deck, and you can only use the effect of Warrock Gactos once per turn. I was just making stuff up there. That's why you got to read these cards very carefully, because we all have our own predilection to just like superimpose words where we think they are, and that isn't actually like what is going on. All right, so he does summon himself, which I appreciate. I always appreciate a monster that like will just jump onto the field. And apparently that is what Warrock Gactos does. So he's going into the deck, and he's also 19, a 4-star 19. I mean, I know there's actually higher now, but back in the day, that was the threshold to meet. If it wasn't a 1800, 1900 attack power monster, wasn't even worth running. Like in those first like couple of sets, Legacy of Darkness or whatever the original LOD was, the same, or Legend of Blue Eyes. All of those first sets, you needed like the hugest monsters, because that's all there really was. We didn't have all the crazy effects that got you from all the way to OTK and FTK and everything in between. Okay, next one. Let's look at Warrock Fortia. If your Earth monster battles, well, hang on. Let's put him back on the platter. The same, or Legend of Blue Eyes. All of those first sets, you needed like this. If your Earth Warrior monster, after battle calculation, or if it battles after damage calculation, you can add one Warrock card from your deck to your hand, except Warrock Fortia. Then all Warrock monsters you control gain 200 attack until the end of your opponent's turn. If this card is sent from your monster zone to the graveyard by your opponent's card effect, you can special summon one level 5 or higher Warrock monster from your hand or deck. You can only use each effect of Warrock Fortia once per turn. So Fortia is like right up there. Again, 4-star, 1700. 1717 is fairly respectable. And I imagine this allows you to search for Mountain or Dignity or Spirit or Ordeal or literally any of these. It literally searches out everything except for reinforcements of the army. So I'm assuming just that's what the utility is, and including him in the deck, is that Fortia allows you to go straight for to get some of your quick plays that are maybe going to help your survivability, I assume. Again, thoughts, feel free to add that here. I imagine this allows you to search for Mountain or Dignity or Spirit or Ordeal or literally any of these. There's one. It searches out everything except for reinforcements of the army. So I'm assuming just that's what the utility is, and including him in the deck, is that Fortia allows you to go straight for to get some of your quick plays that are maybe going to help your survivability, I assume. Again, thoughts, feel free to add that here. I imagine this allows you to search for Mountain or Dignity or Spirit or Ordeal or literally any of these. There's one. It searches out everything except for reinforcements of the army. So on to the next one. Okay, so next one is when the set first came out. Okay, I do believe that he was ultimately the boss monster that that came out with the set originally, with the set originally. So that's on to the next one. Okay. So Warrock Bachelios. When the set first came out, okay. Warrock Bachelios also has like the Odyssey printed on his card. So it's very tiny and very hard to read. So I'm going to bring it up here where we can all read it together. During a battle phase in which your Earth Warrior monster battles, quick effect. You can activate this card. This card can attack directly this turn. Also, all Warrock monsters you control currently control gain 200 attack until the end of your opponent's turn. While this card is in your hand or graveyard, when your Earth Warrior monster is destroyed by battle, you can special summon this card. but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use each effect of Warrock Bashelios once per turn. So he's 27/27. Big dude. All of these guys have matching attack and defense, so they're fairly like they're chunky. They're very Campbell's chunky soup. End of your opponent's turn. While this card is in your hand or graveyard, when your Earth monster, Earth Warrior, nobody puts nobody puts Wento in the corner. When it leaves the field, you can only use each effect of Warrock Bashelios once per turn. So he's 27/27. Big dude. All of these guys have matching attacks. Bashelios, I'm not certain of as a 3 of in the deck, but I'm willing to sleeve it just so we can learn. Just for the learning, just for the knowledge. Nobody puts nobody puts Wento in the corner. Bashelios, I'm not certain of as a 3 of in the deck, but I'm willing to sleeve it just so we can learn. Just for the learning, just for the knowledge. Nobody puts Wento in the corner. Okay, so the next one is the Wento. I'm not necessarily like heartbroken that we don't have a full playset of Wento. We can find one. It's not that big of a deal. I just thought we did. I thought I did have a playset of Wento, and it turns I didn't. Just smash the card, why don't you? Okay, so the next one is the Wento. I'm not necessarily like heartbroken that we don't have a full playset of Wento. Okay, let's give it a read. It's not that big of a deal. If your Earth Warrior monster battles your opponent's monsters during your damage calculation quick effect, you can pay 800 life points. Your battling monster gains 800 attack until the end phase of this turn. If this card is sent from your monster zone to the graveyard by your opponent's effects, you can special summon one level 5 or higher Warrock monster from your hand or deck. You can only use each effect of Warrock Wento once per turn. Let's give it a read. Okay. Pretty self-sufficient. I mean, it's like a kind of like a support monster helping you. That would easily help you get to 200. I think on literally anybody else you put on the field, because I think all of the other ones give you 200 when they attack. Maybe not Gakdos, but Forsha does. Bashelios does. Meteor Ragon does. And it looks like Orpus, Skylar. That would easily help you get to 200. I think on. Yeah, I think literally except for Mammon and Gakdos. Mammon and Gakdos are the only ones that don't. It looks like. Don't quote me on that, but that's what it looks like on first examination. Bashelios does. Meteor Ragon does. So I guess we're at Skylar now. Skylar. Yeah, I think literally except. This is another one that I'm not sure of as a 3 of in the deck. So I would love some input. But that's just. Hey, I need you to stay in the groove, sir, so I can. Okay. So I guess we're at. Gain 100 attack for each monster your opponent controls during the battle phase in which your Earth Warrior monster battles. Quick effect, you can target one level or 5 or lower warrior monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Also, all Warrock monsters you currently control gain 200 attack until the end of your opponent's turn. Also, for the rest of the turn, you cannot attack directly with level 5 or lower monsters. You can only use the effect of Warrock Skylar once per turn. Okay, so Skylar brings everybody back, but then disables everybody else's effect. So you don't get the best of both worlds. You gotta pick. You gotta pick. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Again, Skylar is going to go in the deck. They're all going in the deck, but we don't know who's staying. That's the real question. It's like the Bachelorette. We don't know who's staying. Okay, so Skylar brings everybody back, but then
I mean, we do.
everybody else
Skylar's
back.
staying, of course.
So
But
you don't get the best of both worlds. You gotta pick. You gotta pick. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Again, Skylar is going to go in the deck. They're all going in the deck, but we don't know who's staying.
okay.
That's
There's
the real
Skylar.
question. It's like,
We got two more. Orpus and Mammon. Again, not certain that these are 3 ofs. Everything after Wento, I'm unsure at 3. And so that's why I need to bonk noggins with the Elder Yugi Tube gods so I can ask for their input. Let's read Orpus.
We got two more.
He's the snake guy.
Again, not certain.
Let's see.
3 ofs. Everything after Wento, I'm
Whoa. Hey, go back over there. Okay.
3. And so that's why I need to bonk noggins.
If you control no monsters or all monsters you control are warrior monsters, you can normal summon this card without tributing. If your Earth Warrior monster battles after damage calculation, you can send 1 Earth Warrior monster from your deck to the graveyard except Warrock Orpus. Then all Warrock monsters you currently control gain 200 attack until the end of your opponent's turn. You can only use the effect of Warrock Orpus once per turn. So Orpus is great for helping you get to the graveyard.
If you control no monsters,
So when you want to cycle someone in the graveyard, you get Orpus out. And he can normal himself out if we only control warriors, or if you control no monsters, or if all monsters I control are warriors. Yeah. Okay. Pretty self-explanatory, I guess. He is a 5, though.
Orpus is great for helping you get to the graveyard. So when you want to cycle someone in the graveyard, you get Orpus out. And he can normal himself.
They're very specific with the wording on the benefits here, which definitely makes me think you got to be.
Or if you control no monsters.
The splash ability is specific, right? So we're probably looking at archetypes that benefit from like the Earth element or this plethora of 4- and 5-star monsters. I imagine is kind of what we're thinking about.
We're very specific with the wording on the benefits here, which definitely makes me think.
Grab Mammon and put him on the Pikachu.
The splash ability.
He's on the plate.
Is specific, right? So we're
Mammon is
archetypes that benefit
Bernie styles huge.
Like the Earth element or this
okay.
plethora of.
Mammon, if you control no monsters or all monsters you control are warriors, you get to slide off the plate. Now, you can normal summon this card without tributing. If your Earth Warrior monster battles after damage calculation, you can target 1 spell or trap your opponent controls, destroy it. When all Warrock monsters you control, then all Warrock monsters you control gain 200 until the end of the turn. You can only use the effect of Warrock Mammon once per turn. Okay, so he is he's your breaker, but it only pops after damage calculation. But it's after anybody battles you can activate it. So as long as you got an Earth Warrior, you can take a swing and Mammon will pop back row for you. That seems pretty valuable. Historically, Earth Warriors don't have super great back row removing power, so this is a welcome. Certainly welcome. But is he a 3 of? Probably not, right? Probably not.
As long as you got an Earth Warrior, you can take a swing and Mammon will pop back row.
You got 2 traps over here as well. Let's take a look at the 2 traps. Here's the first one.
Don't have super great back row removing power.
Okay.
So, this is
Warrock Generations. During the battle phase, if your opponent controls more monsters than you do, special summon 1 Warrock monsters from your deck, and if you activated this card during your opponent's turn for the rest of this turn, while you control the face-up special summon monster, your opponent's monsters cannot attack, except to attack that monster. You can only activate 1 Warrock Generations per turn. That's great. You see like old Bachelios and Meteor Ragon. Very cool. Very cool. Warrock monsters from your deck, and if you activated this card during your opponent's turn for the rest
Seems
of
like
the
a
game, while you control
seems like one you would want in there.
special summon monsters,
But I'm never sure about traps anymore because my feelings is always like, hey, that sounds like a cool trap. And then everyone's like, yeah, but traps suck because it doesn't get you to an FTK. So I don't know what to say about that. We're just playing two different games at this point, kid. Like, you know, I'm still in classic Yugi mode. Versus like what the meta is now. That shit's Marvel versus Capcom. It's get hit once and then the combo will myrtleize you until you know it's all over. Like it's it. Okay.
I don't know what to say about that.
We got one more. This is Warrock Big Blow. Let's put him on the plate. During the main phase, if you're face-up Warrock, your face-up Warrock monster you control leaves the field by an opponent's card effect. Destroy up to 2 cards your opponent controls. You can only activate one Warrock Big Blow per turn. Okay. Warrock. Big Bop. It's a Big Bop.
During the main phase, if you're face-up Warrock,
I'm all about a Big Bop. That's like my MO. I'll power up, get the Big Bop going, and then it snowballs, and what are you going to do? You can't stop it. You don't have the power anymore. You don't have the gravitas. Big Bop. It's a Big Bop. I hate that sleeve. This sleeve just bent.
I'm all about a Big Bop.
That's like my MO. I'll power up, get the Big Bop going, and then it snowballs, and what are you gonna do? You can't stop it. Okay. And then finally, I guess we're kind of at the end of what's going to end up being the video, because this is where I want to throw it out to the world and say, hey, these are, to the best of my knowledge, the Warrock cards. And so, how can we go about best combining these together? What splices in here? Any engines that you'd like to see combined together with? And is there any way in in HE double hockey sticks that you can make the Fred Flintstone people meta relevant? I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'm certainly interested. Also, incredibly hot, but it's Phoenix, so you know, just deal with me, okay? All right, so the last one, he's going on the plate. You know him. You'll love him. Okay, it's Captain. He's back, baby. Reinforcements of the Army's troops. It's continuous. When an attack is declared involving your warrior monster, you can special summon one level 4 or lower warrior monster from your hand. You can only use this effect of reinforcements of the Army's troops once per turn. So it's Rhoda. It's Rhoda once per turn. But it doesn't let you dig in the deck, okay? You've got to use the guys to dig in the deck, I think. This is my bent sleeve. I hate you. Go away. Warrior monster from your hand. You can only use this effect of reinforcements of the Army's troops once. Yeah, from the hand. So it is only from the hand. As a 3-of, probably not great. You don't want to clog up your back row that much. But again, it just seemed like it would be dumb to ignore that it came out in the same set as everything else. You know what I mean? It's clearly toolbox for warriors. So I included it. Here it is. As a 3-of, probably not great. You don't want to clog up your back row that much, but so for right now, I believe this does constitute our card list. You know what I mean? They're all going to go up here. It's clearly toolbox for warriors. So I included it. Here it is. I mean, that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our War Rock deck for right now. No extras, nothing else. This is all purely preliminary deck construction. And I would just welcome and be tickled pink by your input. I always appreciate your continued support. If you like this video or any of the content that I like, make sure to give us a like, perhaps even a follow, and you can feel free to join that link that I've left in the chat to our Discord, where you can become a member of our friendly and inclusive community where we support each other and help each other do exactly like I'm doing, and do some research here that's not necessarily net decking, right? This is our opportunity to grow and be positive and supportive of each other, and I want to make sure that everybody has that opportunity